I
Rolling.
guess hey, we're rolling. We'll do it live. I guess everyone, welcome to the post. What are we, week 5 here or week 4? Week 5. Week
Week
5.
5.
Of here Monday Funcast for Pulse of the Heartland. It's just Trent and I tonight. Um, we don't really have an agenda at all. We're just gonna spew a bunch of bull
Yeah.
crap here, which is
That's the
kind of
Funcast.
kind of how things have turned this season. I said earlier a couple weeks ago we need to change this to Seinfeld, the podcast about nothing, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a whole lot of nothing. We'll probably talk some Vikings today. Bryant's not here, so we're just going to trash the Chiefs the whole time.
Brian's using his big brain at trivia.
We're just going to trash the Chiefs and talk about the refs all this next hour and 50 minutes. So nobody else has done that, so we figure we might as well too.
Yeah, we'll be the first to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I guess Trent, did you watch the game?
Just a little bit of it. So this past weekend was my daughter's 4th birthday party because her birthday's tomorrow. So we had the bouncy house yesterday still. So we were just outside bouncing. I'd catch a little bit here and there and didn't see the end. I take it that the game was driven you to drink.
I don't have glass, so I had to.
Why dirty a glass?
My glasses are a little dusty here, so I just need
Yeah.
take a little swig.
Yeah. Yeah. Judging by my fantasy that football that I do, Justin Jefferson couldn't get going yesterday.
He was hurt for, I don't know, a quarter of the game anyway.
Yeah.
I want to start with a rant here, okay? These refs, no. I live in western South Dakota, and we were given the Jets and the Broncos game. Nobody wants to watch the Broncos. Like, CBS.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Come on. No one wants to watch Sean Payton, that butthole-lipped coach, cheating coach. Swear, and I'd say it to his face. I don't care. Swear to God, there. I'm gonna go with my old boy Ron Sexton, R.I.P.
I thought it was Kevin James.
Yeah, it was Kevin. Yeah, I think Kevin James took over. I don't know, but nobody wants to watch the Jets and the Broncos. Nobody wants to watch the Broncos. Thankfully, old Joey helps me sail the 7 seas, and we got the game stream. So, yeah, that's thank you, Joey, on that. But that's just ridiculous to have the Broncos on as the. I don't know. This isn't Broncos country. We're not riding.
Let's ride.
We're not gonna ride.
Yeah. So even they're so bad.
They're so bad.
They play the Jets that are so bad.
They scored 30. They must not be terrible right now.
Like, if people want to watch them, they can get YouTube TV and watch Sunday Ticket.
Yeah, do you know what the price of that is? That is outrageous. I looked into it because I'm like, you know what? I'd rather do this legitimately. Yeah. I'm not doing it legitimately for one game. No way.
No, I have not seen the price. What is it?
I think it's well over 300
for the whole year.
Yes.
Yeah, not worth it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, you're closer to Denver than you are Minneapolis, but one game has, like we said, the worst team in the NFL, arguably the worst team in the NFL the last 2 years, and the Jets, and then also the other team. The other game had, the Vikings aren't the greatest this year, but they were a playoff team last year, and the reigning Super Bowl champion Chiefs. Yes. So
yeah, that in itself, $350 is what it is for the year. I'm not paying that. I'm sorry, for one game, I'm not paying that. No. And the hard part is I used to be able to go to a bar and do that stuff. Well, with a 19-month-old, not so easy right now.
What do you mean? You take her to the bar. There's at least 100 other people there to keep an eye on her.
That's true. All very trustworthy.
Yeah, that's parenting hacks from Trent.
Yes. But as far as the game goes, the Vikings are just. I feel like they have a better team this year. Their defense feels like they're better. Mm-hmm. The offense doesn't. But the first play of the game, you just fumble the ball away. I mean, that right away, it ruins it for me. I'm just like, what? This is the first play of the game. Like, I don't really want to watch this.
Yeah, so I hadn't turned it on yet. So it was literally the first play. They gave it right to the Chiefs.
Literally the first play of the game. Josh
Jesus
Oliver,
Christ.
he caught it and he had a really nice gain and then decided to pop it out.
You might as well just kick off and give it
Yeah,
to him at that
yeah.
point.
Just punt it. First play, let's just punt it away.
Let's get this out of the way.
Would have been better field position.
Hmm.
And so it's just like it's just so bad, all the fumbles and everything. All the drop passes. Right now, the Hawkinson contract looks like the worst contract on our team. It is three huge drops that he had that could have made a huge difference. And a lot of people are saying, well, Kirk's just throwing it too hard. You're being paid the most in that tight end position. You catch those hard passes. And it was funny. I was actually just the other day on Twitter or X, whatever it is. There's a video of like Brett Favre throwing passes. The title basically being he might be the person who threw it harder than anybody ever in the NFL. And
Yeah.
holy crap, that dude, yeah,
When you said that, when people are saying Kirk Cousins throws it too hard, I was going to say, well, good thing he's not Brett Favre's tight end.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy, and so you're getting paid that much money. If you're going to reset the market, you need to catch those balls. That's all there is to it.
Hmm.
Especially when the guy opposite of you on Chiefs is going to catch those balls, and he's not getting paid as much as you. So there's
Yeah.
that. There's a big drop by Madison that really could have been a touchdown. So it's a lot of we were talking about the refs. There's a lot of stuff about the refs and all this stuff. The only complaint I have is the whole let's take our helmet off and the ref just say, okay, just put it back on instead of putting a flag. That's my biggest thing. Like
Yeah.
that's any other team player,
That's a flag.
that's a flag. That's the
Yeah.
only complaint I have because it's like, you know what, whatever. At that point, the Vikings lost it themselves by all the big drops
Yeah.
that they had.
Yeah. And
That's
that's just it. Like, if you want to talk about the refs, it's like, don't fumble the first football, the
you
first play of the game. Don't turn the ball over. You cannot just give the ball away to the Chiefs. They're too
no,
good.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mahomes just I know one of Brian's points was that they need more receivers besides Kelsey, but do they? Like Mahomes just turns everybody better.
Yeah.
The way he moves around, even after his ankle got hurt on a play, he's still moving around like crazy and plays, and he just makes the whole team amazing. That's all there is to it. But
Yeah. That's
it's
what.
down.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would say it just comes down to the fact that the Vikings blew it themselves. They really
Yeah.
did, and that's what they've done all four games they've lost. They could legitimately be, let's just say, even if they lost yesterday, they could legitimately be 4-1 instead of 1-4,
Hmm.
just because every game they've shot themselves in the foot. They've turned the -9 on turnovers so far. That's bad.
Yeah. So I was looking at that. What are we like? A third of the way through the season right now?
Just over a quarter, yeah. I don't think
So
we're a full third, but just over a quarter.
okay. So at that, the Vikings are on pace to have roughly 35 fumbles this year.
Jeez, that's got to be a record.
And they're on pace to to lose about 25 of those. They have fumbled
Yeah,
10 times this year and lost 8.
yeah, that's not
I,
good.
won- I wonder what the record is. Like, what is the NFL record for fumbles in a season for a team? I got to look this up.
Yeah. Use the old Google machine.
Yep.
Yeah, it's them. I don't know. KOC that challenge too. Were you watching it during that challenge?
Yes.
It was the stupidest challenge I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that wasn't it. Yeah, it was obvious. That was a terrible waste of a timeout.
And who would have known that having at least one timeout could have helped at the end of the game? And we had none. We blew all three timeouts. And was it in the third quarter or was it all 2 in the third quarter and 1 in the fourth that we blew them.
I can't. I don't know. I didn't
And they were
watch that much of
blown.
them.
I mean, they were legitimately blown. 2 of them
Yeah.
were on because we couldn't get our team together to do a play, and one of them was on that challenge. And that's another thing with Hawkinson is he has no hurry. Like he is always the last one to set up for a play, and that is crazy to me.
Okay, here we go. So I got some here.
Okay.
Okay, the Vikings are probably not going to break this record, even though 30 sounds like a lot. Are you ready for this?
Let me guess the team.
Okay, all right. There's two teams tied for first all
One of
time
them
fumbles in a season.
One of them has to be the Browns.
Nope.
Really? Let's go through all 32 teams. Here.
One of them is in the Vikings division.
The Bears?
The
Lions.
Bears.
The Bears.
And the other team has the greatest football player that's playing right now.
San Francisco?
Yes. Guess. Okay, now guess the number. It's over 30.
It's not in the 50s, is it? Really? what do we got?
The most fumbles in a season, the Chicago Bears in 1938 and the San Francisco 49ers in 1978 had 56 fumbles
Jeez.
in a season.
All right, maybe we're not so bad. Okay, we're bad. We're pretty bad.
And they like back then they didn't play this many games.
That's true. Yeah. That is true. I wonder how many games did they play in the 30s, I wonder.
Let's see, what was it? The 1938 Bears?
Would that have been back in the like AFL days? Or whatever it was?
1938 Chicago Bears. They were 6-5, so they only played 11 games.
So they averaged 5 fumbles a game, basically.
How did they win 6 games? They had a winning record while fumbling 56 times in one season.
Well, Chicago's known for that stout defense.
Good Lord. Okay, so let's look up what was the other one? The 1973 49ers? 78 49ers.
And now I think JJ is going to probably miss a couple games too with his hamstring. So we might lose to the Bears this week and be the worst team in the NFC North.
Don't say that.
It's possible. We could get the number 1 pick. Caleb Williams he's saying the Vikings are on his list.
Yeah. Okay, so the 49ers in 1978, they were 2-14.
Okay, that would make sense there.
They finished with the worst record in the league and scored only 219 points.
Wow, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Making matters worse in that the first pick of the 1979 draft was traded to the Bills as part of the O.J. Simpson deal. So there you go.
O.J. Simpson, acting legend, Hollywood legend.
Not known for anything else.
No, I know him mainly from The Naked Gun. Great movies with him in it. Yeah. So I don't know. It's the Chiefs are good. The Vikings not so good. At this point, the NFC, I still think the NFC at this point runs through. Well, probably runs through San Francisco to be honest.
100%.
It's going to be
Philadelphia.
That's going to be the NFC Championship. Is San Francisco? It's going to be a replay of last year. Just hopefully San Francisco's quarterback doesn't get hurt.
Yeah. Don't need no torn ligaments in the elbows this year. Yeah, but speaking of 49ers, Brock Purdy, we all know my love for Brock Purdy. 10-0. 10-0 in his first 10 regular season starts. Dude is balling. 3 touchdowns last night? 4 touchdowns. I can't remember.
3.
Yeah, because McCaffrey had a rushing touchdown. So, yeah, And people are like, well, he's got all these weapons. You're right. He does. But what's a quarterback's job? Get the ball to your weapons. And that's what he does. He does it well. He takes care of the ball. He doesn't turn it over. Um, dude is playing so good. Um, there were a couple of things I came across on Twitter today making good points. I think it was Dan Patrick. Richard Sherman was another one, which not a huge fan of that guy, but I mean, if he's making points for Brock Purdy to be the MVP, sign me up.
It's hard to deny someone that's winning every single game.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Yep.
How about McCaffrey? What is it? 14 games in a row now that he's had a touchdown.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I
He
saw,
didn't have a huge game last night, but still scored a touchdown.
I think I saw a deal now. If you would have put $100 down starting on this run of a touchdown every game, and just roll it over, you'd be over like 90 grand or something like that at this point. Or
Jeez.
100 grand. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't even just start doing that now. It looks like it's always gonna hit.
Well, I didn't because 90,000 is chump change because the lottery is 1.5 billion tonight, and I'm gonna win.
Oh, are they drawing tonight?
Yeah.
Dang it, I didn't buy one.
Oh, Ryan,
If you win, can I borrow a couple mil?
I'll loan you some.
Just a couple mil, just so I can,
Yeah.
pay off my pickup.
Yeah. That's all you need to pay off a Ram, couple mil.
Well, best quality pickup in the in the world, really. You can't beat it.
Instead of paying off my pickup, I just go buy a T-Rex.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Just go buy a new one.
Oh my gosh, me too. I need to go to when do they draw? Can I go to a gas station still?
No. I think they stop. Well, I know they stopped selling tickets at 9 o'clock Central Time, so probably 8 o'clock Mountain Time.
Well, that's just bogus.
Yep. You better hope nobody wins and just win on Wednesday night.
I just hope it's someone in my family that wins, or you.
There you go.
Since you're
There
gonna
you
just hand me over $2 million.
Oh, is that the deal now?
I don't know. Sure, that's what it's on air. We have an agreement here.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. The 49ers they're tough.
Yeah, they are tough. And NFL Shop needs to get large away Brock Purdy jerseys back in stock. I
Or are
can't
they
fit the
out?
small. You can buy smalls or 3XLs.
You should be able to fit in a small.
That make me look buff.
Might be a belly shirt, but hey,
Yeah, at least I got my Brock Purdy jersey.
that's exactly right. You're waiting for
Yeah.
the black one, aren't you?
Ooh, I don't know. I want a white away one.
I think San Francisco asked Iowa to be able to use black jerseys.
They should have if they didn't. Just looking at some other scores, like I felt like this week there were just not stinkers of games, but just the Bears and the Commanders. That was Thursday night, and the Bears blew them out. Like terrible game. Overseas, the Jaguars and the Bills. Jaguars won. Bills, I don't know if they're that great. Falcons, Texans. Like there's no games here that I want to watch. Lions, Panthers, Titans, Colts. I just don't know. It was just kind of a stinker of a week.
It really was. Even
Yeah.
when I was looking through the slate just for betting, like there was nothing on there that I liked. Just
Yeah.
these were just awful. I honestly like the Bills, but that didn't turn out well.
Yeah. Did you see that the quote from one of the Bills players was like, "We flew over here to play on concrete,"
Mm-hmm.
like the Wembley? Was it Wembley Stadium? Is that where they played?
Wherever Tottenham plays.
I can't remember. Yeah, but they said like the field was just like super hard.
Yeah, that's what I did see that. I mean, they complain about playing on turf in the US, but that's better than playing on the concrete they have.
Yeah, I didn't really look into that, but I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. I don't think. I mean, there's games in London all the time. That's not the first time they've had a game at this stadium?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I honestly wasn't paying attention because who cares about the Jags? But I don't know.
Let's see here. It's
The Bills are just weird to me.
yeah. Yeah, they
They
lose to the Jaguars, but last week they like take it to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are blowing everybody out.
Yeah, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And how would you feel if you were the Jaguars and you were kept in London for for 2 games like in a row? Like the NFL is trying to make Jacksonville the London team.
I think they've said that there's a ton of Jaguar fans over there because they play over there so much.
Hmm. Yeah, I truly think they're just making them the Jacksonville team or the London team at this point.
They're going to get relocated.
Yeah, pretty much. They want a team over there, might as well be them. Or just
Sorry,
on the
Trevor
Vikings.
Lawrence and Etienne and Calvin Ridley. We're making you move across the ocean.
And Ted Lasso will coach you after he overtook soccer. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this week was just a stinker. I don't even know what's up this coming week. Probably
Let's
we play the Bears, so that's got to be the worst game of the century.
Bears, Broncos, Chiefs Thursday night. So we got Chiefs in prime time against
Gosh,
Broncos.
why do the
So
Broncos get so many late games, so many
everybody
primetime games?
wants to watch them.
Yeah, something like that. They're
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, that's Thursday. Vikings, Bears. That's a nice, matchup between powerhouses there, 1-4 apiece.
Yeah, Ravens,
So,
Titans, Commanders, Falcons. I
yep.
mean, I guess Bengals, Seahawks, maybe 49ers, Browns. That's a 49ers are only 4.5 point favorites to the Browns. I need to get up to Deadwood right now and put a bet on that one.
That seems extremely low.
I think that's what they were up against Dallas, and Dallas is a way better team than the Browns. 0-5 Panthers versus the 4-1 Dolphins, Colts, Jaguars, Saints, Texans. Man, there are some
Yeah.
Cardinals, Rams, Eagles, Jets. That would have been a good game if Rodgers was playing.
Yeah. Raiders, Patriots. Patriots are getting absolutely pounded by everybody they play right now.
Yeah, Giants, Bills.
Yeah, okay. I complained that this week was full of stinkers. Yeah, next week's worse.
Figured out NFL. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
on
of
a
course, Cowboys Chargers for Monday Night Football. So the Cowboys get like their 65th primetime game in the last 2 years.
mm-hmm. Well, it's the Packers and the Raiders right now, and those two teams stink too.
Yeah, what is the score of that game?
NFC North has to be the worst division in football this year.
A losing record might get into the playoffs with those. The Lions are 4-1.
Yeah, the Lions are.
So yeah, there isn't going to be a wild card team coming out of the North. I know that.
No, absolutely not. Unless we're getting through the gauntlet. We have the Bears, and then after that, the 49ers. And then if the Vikings actually played so they didn't turn the ball over, they could run the schedule, to be honest. They really
Yeah.
could. They're not going to, but
No,
they could.
they're trying to set the NFL record for most fumbles in a season.
Gosh.
They are
That's
way behind pace.
That's still sad though to think about that.
Oh, one of Bryant's fans is wondering if he's going to be on tonight.
Nope, no Bryant tonight. No Bryant tonight. Well, yeah, I don't. We did conspiracy theories a couple weeks ago. Let's do a conspiracy theory on the refs. No. So we went. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I went conspiracy theory last Wednesday night with Bryant.
Oh, what was
asking
that?
him. Well, was happy to see that. Who knows? Maybe he is by now because I haven't seen him since last Wednesday. But he did not turn into a zombie when the EAS system all went off on our phones.
Mm.
Or maybe he's not COVID vaccinated because that was it.
That okay? So that was the connection to it, correct?
Yes, the EAS sound was supposed to change nanoparticles in the COVID-19 vaccine and turn everybody that had the vaccine into a zombie.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Prove it to me. Prove it to me that it didn't.
True. That is true. Man. Okay.
So Like, who thought of that? Like, I want to know where this originated, just because, like,
From people that are crazier than that think that Australia isn't real. Those people are more sane.
yeah. So I like, I don't understand how you can get to that. Like,
Yeah.
I think everyone has their own ideas and opinions on like the vax and COVID, blah, blah, all that. So we'll not get into that. But to be like, hey, you know what? It's a guarantee. The zombies are happening right now, and you can see it all around. Oh shit! Why this didn't happen?
Like those things that don't actually exist, it's going to turn you into that.
They don't exist yet.
Oh, well, not until now. The EAS system turning you into that zombie.
There were so many conspiracies about that. There was that one. My coworker had heard one that'll set it off, and the vaccine will make you start bubbling inside. So there was that one I heard. One was for aliens. One was for nuclear warfare. Which, shit, looking at the Middle East, that might happen soon. You never know. But uh, yeah, there's just a lot of craziness out there.
Yeah. Yeah. People were like wrapping their phones in tinfoil, or you're supposed to shut your phone off and put it inside a microwave at that time. But it went off 2 minutes early. So another conspiracy, it was going to do something. So they set it off before everybody turned their phones off. That's why they did it 2 minutes early.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't have a zombie apocalypse right there. Like,
Mm.
I've been training for this.
You've been
I've
prepping. Are you a prepper?
Dude, I've seen so many zombie movies since the age of 8, or however young I was when I saw, Night of the Living Dead and all that good stuff. I've been prepping for this stuff for a lifetime almost. So,
You've been watching Jesus, why can't I think of the name of the TV show? It's on like
Walking
AM's
Dead.
Walking Dead.
I
Yeah,
watched one season of it.
there's 600 episodes of. I've never watched one
Watched
episode.
one season of it, and I'm glad I finished, because I think, what is there, like 13 or 14 seasons of the rate of the first series, and apparently every season was basically the same thing just over and over again, and it just
Yeah.
became terrible. And then there's the Fear of the Walking Dead, and I think there's like 7 seasons of that. So I got to figure this out. How many seasons of the Walking Dead
Oh
are
my
there?
God. Yeah. Yeah, and they just keep making more. And I
So
feel like,
there's 11 seasons of the Walking Dead.
you can't. How can you make them different?
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's a great question. There's currently 8 seasons of Fear the Walk. So there's 19 seasons of legitimately the same freaking show, in
So
my
there's
opinion. In your opinion.
177 episodes of The Walking Dead, and then 100. So there's 284 episodes between the two series.
Yeah, that's
Man.
you can't.
And
I mean,
I always think, like it's common knowledge. If you watch this episode or watch this podcast, Breaking Bad's my favorite series of all time. And I'm always like, man, I should go back and rewatch it. But I was like, God, it's so daunting to watch like 80 episodes that are an hour a piece. And then there's 284 of these. Good God.
well, and so that's the thing. I don't know the story of The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead. I just know that Fear is a spin-off from one of the characters of The Walking Dead. So again, it's the same character from The Walking Dead with his own series. So it's like, how different can this be? I don't need 19 I love zombie stuff. I love that genre. I don't need 19 seasons of the same thing. I think, it got really fresh and big when you had a guy with a bike or a bat that had nails in it. That was a big deal for like 2 weeks, and then again, it was the same thing of, I, yeah, it's not for me.
So you're telling me like the one guy got his little spin off. So it's just like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yeah, but probably worse.
Well, no, way worse, because those are the Breaking Bad's the best series of all time.
And that's where I have to like. I was really sad that Barry finished after 4 seasons, but it finished on top. Like
Yeah.
it, and same thing with I haven't watched it, but I'm sure Breaking Bad. Same thing with Better Call Saul, where it doesn't stretch it out to something just stupid. And I think The Walking Dead, unfortunately, did that to itself.
Yeah, after like I said, 284 episodes. Who's still watching it? Like, I don't get it.
Someone really dedicated to zombie prepping.
Yeah, do you know anybody who's like, "Oh, I got to catch a new episode of Fear of the Walking Dead
I
tonight"?
when Walking Dead was on like season 5 or 6, maybe even 7, there was still a lot of hype around it, and I knew people that were still watching. Oh, I need to watch
Yeah,
Walking Dead tonight. And after that, I think everyone kind of felt like, okay, this is just too much.
like I can get that, 5, 6, 7 seasons, but when you're 19 seasons in, it's like Survivor.
Yeah, my wife asked me tonight if I wanted to watch the new Survivor. I'm like, no, I didn't. I don't want to watch the old Survivor.
I haven't watched Survivor since it was new. Season 1 premiered after the Super Bowl when we were in like 6th grade. Haven't watched
Yeah.
one since.
Oh, so there's what the heck? There's spin-offs even. There's The
Of what?
Walking Dead World Beyond, Tales of the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead Dead City, The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. What? You can't tell me that there's actually all these. These are actually series too. There are. They're not even like video games. They're series. So there's even.
So are they like on AMC? What is it on AMC? Are they on that?
Yeah, yeah,
All of those are?
yeah.
Jesus.
This is the 5th series of The Walking Dead. You've got to be kidding me. Like, how much can you do?
It's the same thing over and over.
I'm glad I didn't get into that universe. There was a time that I was like, man, I really need to get into this, and no, absolutely not.
So The Last of Us kind of like dead people rising and, that kind of stuff, kind of zombie-ish.
Clickers.
Clickers, I think they'll probably won't go that far.
No, and it's. I wonder how they'll do it since there's only 2 games out, and the
Yeah.
fact that the second game was very, very divisive. Um, and even the writer of the show has said he's going to be kind of going a different route than the second game.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if you know anything about the second game or not.
No, I don't.
Do you want me to spoil it?
I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna play it.
So, well, yeah, but it could spoil the show potentially.
True. So
But here's the thing.
I'm
Here's the thing
looking
of why I
up.
don't think I don't think they can follow the game.
Yeah.
So basically, Joel dies within like 2 hours of the game,
Yeah.
and you're gonna tell me that you're gonna kill off Pedro Pascal,
Yeah.
and season 2 of The Last of Us. That's just no way that happens. So yeah,
Yeah.
spoiler alert for anybody who cares, but I just don't see that happening one bit.
Yeah. Like one of the most, famous TV actors right now. You're gonna kill him off on the first episode of the season 2. I
No,
doubt it.
you're not killing Mando off and you're just not doing it. And don't get me wrong, the actress that played Ellie, she did a very good job as Ellie. I mean,
Yep.
it's not that I don't think she can carry the show herself. It's freaking Pedro Pascal. Like you're not killing him off.
Yeah. Um, it says late 2024, early 2025 for season
Yeah.
2 of Last of Us.
I'm
So
gonna assume the writer strike didn't help.
we've got a year.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You guys can play Last of Us Part 2 to get that figured out.
First, I should probably play Last of Us Part 1.
Well, you've seen the show, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
they've The funny thing about that game is they had the original, they had a like a remake, or not really a remake, but whatever you want to call it, for the PS4, and then the PS5 they had the remake of it. So you have 3 options on it.
Well, we have a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3.
But you can play the PS3 version then.
Perfect.
There's no PS2 version, but
No.
yeah. So I was gonna bring this up to you for something random. I've talked to you. You're not into running anymore, but I've talked to you about me getting back into it.
Yep.
I went for a nice little, almost 5 mile jog the other last weekend. Yeah,
So
last weekend.
it says a soft J, jogging,
Jog, yeah, yeah.
jogging. Okay.
You just run, like.
Okay.
So anyway, did that. It is amazing to me. You've got a bike path that's 6 feet wide or whatever. I'm running with my dog that's 100 pounds. I'm not a small person myself. It is amazing the people that feel like they still need to walk 3 wide on the bike path and make it so you and your dog have to go running off the path just so these three people can still have a conversation. The other thing that is amazing to me too that was really frustrating is the amount of people that see you running, and I don't know, I've got earbuds in so they're not the most obvious that I have them in, but at the same time, there's something black sticking out of my ears a little bit. You should be able to see them. The amount of people that just want to have a conversation with you as you're in the middle of running. I don't know if they thought I was just dying or what. There's one guy, he's just waving at me, and you can see his mouth going, and I just take my earbud out, and I'm like, what? What's going on? And I stop running. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Jesus.
Are you like, yeah, it's a great day. So that was
Yeah, you're like over here sucking wind. And then he wants to have a conversation. Like,
like
sucking wind. Good
and,
lord.
and slowly, like, I'm my running has gotten better and better and better. Like, I was like kicking butt on this run, and I was like, I don't know, a mile and a half in without stopping, which is pretty good for me. I know for you that's pretty pathetic, but it's pretty good for me. And it's just like, God dang it, you're really gonna stop me just to tell me it's a beautiful day? Like, I get it. It is. I'm out running. I don't run on cold or hot days. So yes,
Yeah.
it's gotta be perfect. But yeah, my
Or windy or anything.
exactly, exactly. That's a nice 67-degree day. The Vikings got their one and only win of the season. I'm out running, and it's just like, oh, God dang. So yeah, bike path etiquette to me it's just terrible.
Running the road.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, I need to get back into it. I want to, but I haven't ran a 5K in forever.
I mean, I guess I've not an official 5K, but I've run that recently. But
Mhm.
yeah, but it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun actually, getting the process built up.
Yeah,
But
I've thought about getting back into it like lately, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, got this golf tournament coming up. I will be very sore if I start running today.
yeah,
So then I just don't do it.
yeah,
So
yeah, and it helps. My sister-in-law is really pushing for more running too, so that helps out a lot. But
yeah,
it's just like, gosh, dang it, people! Like, you're ridiculous. It's like running on the treadmill at the gym, and someone just comes up to your treadmill and is just like, "Hey, let's have a conversation right now."
yeah, I don't understand that. I've never seen somebody like out for a run, and then I'm like, I need to talk to that person. I don't know them, but I need to talk to them.
Unless you're the lady with the orange Tiburon in Newton,
Oh
Kansas.
my god, I have to get to know you.
That was the weirdest thing in my life.
So
So
backstory. Should we say that?
yeah,
So we were both members of an Anytime Fitness in Newton, Kansas. Maybe it's the most random thing ever. An orange Tiburon lady is
well,
a
and the guy
big
that
pulse of
runs
the
it,
heartland. Fan.
the guy that runs it's from St. Cloud too. So
Yeah,
we're all northern Midwestern people.
yeah, and like we would go there and just like I never did anything except for run on a treadmill in a gym in my life because all that other stuff bores me. But yeah, there's like this random lady we'd see there and she was probably like 50, and she had to meet Ryan.
I was just sitting there. What was I even doing? Was I running beside you or something?
I think so. We were on treadmills.
Just running beside you, and this lady stops me. I have to know you. Like, what was I was like 21 or 22 at the time. I'm like, well,
It'd have been in like 2011,
yeah,
2012.
it was right after I graduated, so I would have been 22, 23.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was just the weirdest thing. I've never had that happen to me. I've never had that happen to me with someone my age.
Say, and she was easily like 30 years older than you.
Oh, easily,
Yeah.
easily. And I should have saw what the offer was.
Like, oh, and I do need to get to know you as well.
Looking back then, I mean, she was driving a Tiburon back in the day. That was a pretty hot, classy sports car. Someone with a student loan payments. I guess
She could have helped you pay those off.
Yeah, what was I thinking? Didn't we have a friend? We're not going to name names, but didn't we have a friend from down in Kansas? His brother in Illinois kind of had a situation with somebody like 20 years older than him.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know this story.
I think so. But I think he was living the good life. So I mean, I'm
No?
no judging at all.
There
Like,
you go.
seems smart to me. I'm paying on my wife's Pathfinder, so
So,
maybe that was the
so he had it figured out.
yeah. She's not paying for. I guess she has her job too, but it's like I don't see her buying me a Ram. What the heck?
Yeah. You could have been the proud owner of a 15-year-old Tiburon.
Hey, again, back in the day, pretty hot car.
Yeah. In 2006.
2000. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was only 5 years old. Come on.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Great story.
Never really did have a conversation with her.
Well, I mean, and that goes back to our original conversation is don't try to talk to me when I'm running.
Yeah, when I'm trying to work out, that's just not the place. Now, if you stalk me to my apartment, that is the different story.
Yeah.
Know the rules. At the gym, no. At my apartment, all's fair. Oh, well, this has gotten off the rails quickly again.
Yeah. So what were we supposed to talk about? The NFL?
Yeah, I mean, that was boring. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Tiburon.
This last week was a stinker. We already went over that. So
Yeah,
we hit something else.
yeah.
I have not thought about that for a very long time. I'm glad you brought it up though.
And she was always at Walmart when I was there too. She might have been.
Because you were there. She knew and would just show up when you were there.
Again, a lot of times you look back and you're like, I regret not knowing what the situation was. What was the offer?
Yeah, she stalked you.
I was too busy going down to Denim and Diamonds. I
Oh
didn't
my
worry. I
God.
didn't worry about what was going on back home.
Denim and Diamonds, RIP.
Oh, I love
I
that
was
place. Not gonna lie, I loved that place.
I was in that place one time. And
Mm-hmm.
that was after the Eric Church concert. Me, you, and Wyatt went there, and I'm just like, this is my worst nightmare. I hate clubs. I have always hated clubs. Even when,
You're that way in college.
I would have been 24 at the time. Dude, give me a dive bar any day. Not that.
Going to taking you to Bucks was like taking someone to their taking their pet to a vet for an execution.
Dude, I was in Bucks for literally 1 hour, probably. And that was the worst bar experience ever. Like that. I'd rather go to Denim and Diamonds. Bucks was the worst.
Bucks was terrible. It's not there anymore. I think it's a taco shop now.
Bucks is vinyl taco and JL beers.
I think Wiley's was kind of on top too.
Wiley's is still Wiley's.
Yeah, Wiley's was terrible though too. I think Wiley's might have been worse than Bucks.
Again, I was in Wiley's for like an hour last fall. So here I am. I hated it at 25. I hate it even worse at 35. So we go there, and don't get me wrong, like the people I was there with, great people, and I would hang out with them any day. But I don't want to be yelling, standing this far from somebody to have a conversation. Like, I hate clubs, dude.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm well aware. Yes.
That's just me being an old curmudgeon.
I used to find like I didn't mind going to Bucks and that stuff. I actually didn't. But yeah, you hit it for me especially. It was like there was that part of life in college where I had hit 21 and that was fun. There's all the time. There's the my 2 years down in Kansas that had my fun down there. And kind of once I was up north again, it was like, yep, I would rather just go sit at a bar that has a TV and I'll just sit and watch sports and drink a beer.
Yeah, because I feel like Deadwood is the complete opposite. Like they have saloons, not a dance club.
Saloon 10 turns into a dance club. So does Bodega.
Oh, really?
Um, Saloon 10, they will have bands, and I mean, you can't hear anything when there's a
Yeah.
band playing in there. Bodega turns into a nightclub.
Oh, really?
So the Buffalo and the Bodega is actually it's three different buildings. So there's
Mhm.
the club portion, the casino portion, and then there's the portion that actually they usually have karaoke, I think.
I just remember the last time I was in Saloon 10, it was the weekend of your wedding, and it was so packed in that place. We walked in, and like you couldn't even walk in that place far enough to turn around and see Wild Bill's death chair.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the most popular place in Deadwood, which it shouldn't be because as we were there this last week and there's a place there, it's called the Golden Eagle, I think. But basically you can just have $2 beers like Grain Belt. Uh Perfect.
All
And
right.
then
What are you doing this weekend?
drinking Grain Belt if you're around. And you can do that and the when the musician wasn't playing, there's a guy playing acoustic guitar, and he wasn't terribly loud. Beck and I could have a conversation. When he wasn't doing his thing, Turnpike Troubadours came on.
What?
Yeah, and
Oh
I've been there
my.
before when Cody Jinks has come up. So that is the perfect bar for me.
It's my place.
And on the wall, you've got a mountain lion. You've got, I think, a deer over there. Deer, mountain lion. There's an full alligator on the wall there, and then a couple other animals.
Many alligator known to inhabit South Dakota and the Black Hills. Yes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Rattlesnakes and alligators, the top two predators in the Black Hills.
What's your number one nuke med scan for out there, Ryan? Alligator bites?
Alligator bites easily.
I
Yeah,
figured. I
three
figured.
phase, three phase alligator knees.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, that to me is the perfect bar in Deadwood.
now you're talking me into it. So,
Actually, hey, I think this weekend there's like a Superintendent's Revenge tournament at either Hart Ranch or Red Rock.
so I mean, you're speaking my language.
Perfect weekend.
Yep.
Perfect weekend.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Do you have any other funny? Oh, I guess one thing I was going to add to Denim and Diamonds.
Oh God.
Only, and I'm not going to name names. You know who it is, obviously.
Yep.
I'm not going to name names. Only place I have ever been with a friend where the mom has her daughter with her, her 18 or 19-year-old daughter. You could be under 21 and be in there. You just couldn't drink. Only place where 40-some-year-old mother's in there with her 18 and 19-year-old daughter as her DD and has her drive to my buddy's place for a hookup.
Classy establishment in Wichita, Kansas.
Just one of many amazing stories from down there.
Like I said, I am so glad I spent a total of about 1 hour in that bar.
What was awkward was I was at his place and she shows up and the daughter's standing there like, okay, mom, go do your thing. And I'm just like, like, what do you do? Like for me, I'm just like, okay, I left. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I did was I left. But it's just like, what do you say to the daughter? You're just T's and P's or what?
Yeah. Good luck, I guess.
Like
See ya.
this is your life. I'm really sorry. Do you want
Yeah.
me? I can't call social services. You're an adult, so I don't know.
Yeah. I guess this is your new stepdad now.
No, that wasn't the case. And that's where we come into a thing called a one night stand. No. Okay, let's end it on that.
Welcome to the Funcast.
That's the fun cast. That's a fun story.
Yes, it is. All right, well, let's wrap this up. Thanks for joining us tonight and hanging with us here we kept this under an hour. Like we never do that.
I truly believe this was going to be a 20-minute podcast on football, and it definitely got extended.
Yeah. It's like last week during the Funcast, Bryant is like, well, it's just going to be a short, tidy. It's just me and Bryant, nope. 80 minutes later. So
it could have been longer if football wasn't so terrible, but
no, thanks for hanging with us. We do appreciate it. Join us. Need to get with Bryant here, but I'm sure Wednesday night for amateur hour. So we will talk about all things NCAA and college sports. Got anything else to add here, Ryan?
No, I think we're just turning this into story time at this point.
Yeah, it's a Seinfeld pod.
I'm having fun, so I don't care.
It's the Seinfeld pod. Give us a topic. We'll talk about it. Make sure to like our channel, subscribe, and follow us on all of our socials, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, or the X, not Twitter, at Heartland Pulse, Facebook and YouTube at Pulse of the Heartland. Tell about 20 of your friends. Tell all your friends. Share our video on Facebook. We know you watch on there. Share it so all your friends can see it. We need the streams.
Tell them it's a podcast about nothing.
Yeah.
They'd be like, well, it's about football. No, for 10 minutes, it's about football.
Yeah. Then wait till you see what those idiots talk about for 45 minutes. So, nope, we appreciate it, and we'll see you Wednesday.
Peace out.